This is topic B on page 81, using rules to organize messages. Outlook's conditional formatting options give you finer control over the appearance of your messages, and rules control how Outlook handles messages when certain conditions are met. When you receive a new email message, a blue bar appears to the left of the message. So we know that signifies that is an unread message, and also unread messages, the subject text appears in that blue font. The use of color helps you identify unread messages quickly, and this is an example of conditional formatting. So Outlook includes 7 predefined conditional formatting rules for read, unread, expired, and overdue messages. So to see these default settings for your conditional formatting messages, you can go up to the View tab on your ribbon, and in your current view command group, select View Settings. This opens up your Advanced View Settings dialog box, and here we have an option for conditional formatting. So this shows you your 7 defaults. In your activity, you will be creating a weekly status email conditional formatting, so that is where that will come from. But you can see unread messages shows you what the font will look like. 11 point, it's the font Seago UI, and that's all in blue. Unread group headers will appear in this font. Submitted but not sent will look like this. Expired email, you get that strike through, that single line through the text. Overdue email appears in red. Messages in other folders, you can see it's kind of a gray font color in italics. Site mailbox document pending upload will look like this. So you have those 7 default conditional formatting settings. You can also create your own. Let's say I wanted to show all of Maureen White's messages that I receive to show in a specific font to stand out for, since we're playing like she's my instructor, I want her messages to stand out for me. I could create a conditional formatting criteria for that. So in this dialog box, I would click on my Add button. Going a bit slow here. And you can see in the properties of selected rule, it's going to prompt me to name this conditional formatting. So I'm just going to name this Maureen's emails. And here I need to choose what I want her emails to look like, what I want the font displayed as. So I'm going to click on my font button, and this will open up an additional dialog box where I can choose the settings for that font. Moving quite slowly here, so sorry about the delay in opening new boxes. Here we go. So just to show you how much it can stand out, I'm going to make it very extreme. I'm going to choose the font as Show Card Gothic. We're going to make this bold. And for the color drop down, I'm going to have her stand out. Let's go with the lime color. It shows a preview of what that will look like in this box here. I'm going to click OK from here. Again, it shows the preview in the next screen as well. Now I named the conditional formatting. I chose a font for it, but Outlook still doesn't know, well, what are the emails? What are Maureen's emails? What does this mean? I need to set the condition for this. So if I click on this button, condition, I can then choose, well, am I searching for specific words in the subject or body of the message? No. Am I searching for specific emails from someone? Yeah, I am, from Maureen. So I can hit my From button. I could choose her from my list. Hit my From button, click OK, This you can see this dialog box is exactly your filter dialog box. It has that messages, more choices, where you can do unread, attachments, flagged items. These are options that we discussed in, I believe, lesson 1 or 2. And you have your advanced criteria as well. So you have all those different options for conditions. I just simply want all emails from Maureen White. So I have my condition set there. I can click OK. And now from my conditional formatting dialog box, I can click OK as well. Click OK from here. Now you can see in my inbox, here's a message from Maureen. Quickly I can scan down and see all of the messages from Maureen. All of the unread messages from Maureen, I should say. So without reading anything, I can see those green ones quickly standing out for me. So easy way to set, specific emails with specific criteria that you present to display in a certain way. Now the next thing we want to talk about is the rules wizard. And a rule is an action that runs automatically on incoming or outgoing messages based on conditions that you specify. For example, you can configure a rule that will move all incoming messages from a particular person to a specific folder. The Rules Wizard includes an array of predefined templates to help you create rules, or you can start with a blank rule template and design custom rules. The Rules Wizard templates are divided into 3 sections. Your Stay Organized. Here you create rules to file and follow up on messages. If I go to my Home tab and my Rules drop down, Manage Rules and Alerts, and select New from here, these are where these sections are coming from. So your Stay Organized section to create rules to file and follow up on messages. And here you have the options of move messages from someone to a specific folder, move messages with specific words in the subject to a folder, move messages sent to a public group to a folder, flag messages from someone for follow-up, or move RSS items from a specific feed to a folder. Then you have your Stay Up-to-Date section. This creates rules to notify you when you receive a particular message. So here you have the options: display mail from someone in the new item alert window, play a sound when I get a message from someone, or you can send an alert to my mobile device when I get messages from someone. And then your Start from a Blank Rule section. Here you can create a custom rule. So this will walk you through the process of creating specific rules. So for example, maybe I wanted to move messages from someone to a folder. I have some students here, I believe Lisa and, where's my class? Here we go. Chris and Laura. We already have their specific folders set up. So in my Stay Organized section, I'll move messages from someone to a folder. And you can see at the bottom, step 2, you have to edit the rule description and click an underline value. So apply this rule after the message arrives. From, and you can see people or public group is underlined and shown in blue. That means I need to specify those people or that person. So if I click this, I'll use Laura as my example here. I'm going to choose her from my list. And now you can see it inputs Laura into that spot of the underlined text. So apply this rule after the message arrives from Laura Coffey, move it to the specified folder. Well, what folder do I want to move it to? I want to move it to Laura's folder, but I need to specify that. So I click on that blue text and then choose the folder in my layout here. Expand Erin's class, choose Laura's folder, click OK. Then I can move on to my next screen. So this is where you can add any other additional parts to your rules if you want. So you have a whole list of options here. You just check it off and it brings that part of the rule down into the second step. Okay, so I'm going to leave my rule as is Click Next. What do you want to do with the message? Of course, we chose move it to the specified folder. So we already have that set up, but if you have any additional options you want to select, you can check them from there and specify them. Then your third window is going to be if there are any exceptions, except if maybe the subject contains specific words. So maybe I don't want Dexter's interview emails sent into Laura's folder. But you don't have to make exceptions. So I'm going to leave my exceptions blank here and click Next. Here you can specify a name for the rule. In step 2, you can run this rule now on messages already in the inbox. I'm going to check that off, and I'm going to turn on this rule. You want to double check that your rule looks correct in step number 3, and then you can hit your Finish button. So it will be listed in your Rules and Alerts dialog box now. I can click OK. And if I scroll down here, there should be no messages from Laura anymore, because they have all automatically been moved to Laura's folder. Change the view on here. So you can see all of her messages are in there now. And if she sends me any additional messages, they will automatically bypass my inbox. They'll be sent directly to her folder because that rule is turned on. Now let's say I wanted to turn off that rule. I don't necessarily want to delete it. I may use it again in the future, but I just want to deactivate it for now. I could go into that rules drop down, manage rules and alerts, and you can see they have checkboxes to the left here. So this accept meeting responses is one that you'll do in your activity, but I could just uncheck them so they're still created and able to use in the future if I need to, but they are turned off for now, and I can just click OK. So now if Laura sends me any messages, right now they will go to my inbox if need be.
Your next video will be Activity 4.2 on page 83.